Can you imagine being told after decades of heartbreak that the son you thought was dead is not only alive but is one of the most powerful men in the world? And now he wants you to pack up everything you own and move your entire family to a foreign land to be with him. This is the incredible situation Jacob, also known as Israel, finds himself in at the start of Genesis chapter 46. He's an old man now. He's lived a long, complicated life filled with love, deception, struggle, and immense loss. The most painful loss, of course, was his favorite son, Joseph, who he believed had been torn apart by a wild animal. But now the impossible has happened. His other sons have returned from a trip to Egypt with unbelievable news. Joseph is alive. He's the prime minister of Egypt. And he's invited the whole family to come live with him, to save them from a devastating famine. So Jacob is faced with a monumental decision. It sounds like a dream come true, right? But think about it from his perspective. He's the patriarch of God's chosen family. God had promised this land, the land of Canaan, to his grandfather Abraham, to his father Isaac, and to him. Leaving Canaan feels like walking away from that promise. Egypt is a foreign pagan land. Is this really God's will? Is this a trick? Is it a test? With all these questions swirling in his mind, Jacob gathers everything he has, his family, his livestock, all his possessions, and he begins the journey. But he doesn't head straight for Egypt. He makes a crucial stop. The first verse tells us he goes to Beersheba. Now, Beersheba is a significant place. It's a place deeply connected to his father, Isaac, and his grandfather, Abraham. It was a place of wells, a place of covenant, a place of worship. And that's exactly what Jacob does there. He offers sacrifices to the God of his father, Isaac. He's not just going through the motions. He's at a crossroads, and he's desperate for a sign, for reassurance. He's essentially saying, God, I'm about to make a life-altering move. Are you with me in this? And in that moment of vulnerability and faith, God answers. That very night, God speaks to him in a vision. He calls out, Jacob, Jacob! I love this detail. God calls him by his old name, the name that means supplanter or deceiver, the name from his troubled past. It is a reminder of how far he has come and how God's grace has been with him through it all. Jacob's reply is simple and immediate. Here I am. He's ready to listen. Then God gives him the exact words he needs to hear. I am God, the God of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt. Can you feel the relief in those words? Do not be afraid. God validates his decision. He gives him the green light. But he doesn't stop there. He makes a three-part promise. First, I will make you into a great nation there. God is saying, Jacob, my plan isn't being derailed by this move. In fact, this is part of the plan. In Egypt, your small family of 70 is going to grow into a massive nation. Second, God promises, I will go down to Egypt with you and I will surely bring you back again. This is so powerful. God isn't sending Jacob off on his own. He's promising his personal presence every step of the way. And he assures him that this move to Egypt isn't permanent. One day his descendants will return to the promised land. And finally, the most tender and personal promise of all, and Joseph's own hand will close your eyes. This is God's way of saying, you will be reunited with your beloved son. You will live out the rest of your days with him by your side, and he will be there to comfort you in your final moments. It's a promise that heals the deepest wound in Jacob's heart. With this divine assurance, all fear and doubt vanish. The very next day, Jacob and his entire clan, sons, daughters, grandchildren, a total of 70 people, load up into the cart sent by Pharaoh and head for Egypt. This isn't a family taking a vacation. This is a nation in its infancy, being transplanted, protected, and prepared by God for the incredible destiny that awaits them. The chapter then goes on to list all the names of those who made the journey, preserving for all time the founding members of the nation of Israel, a small seed that God himself was planting in the fertile soil of Egypt.